Hey there, everybody. I am Alexis Ward, and this is 12 Faces Psychology. So, today I have 5 tips for you on how to become more self disciplined. And by self disciplined, what I mean is basically having your action in alignment with your values and your priorities, following through for yourself, and being reliable, knowing that you can count on yourself to dedicate your time and your energy to the things that are actually going to get you moving in the direction you want to go in. So, this is like a fundamental part of self love. It's a fundamental part of being able to actualize the things that you want in the world. Action is the language of manifestation. Does it happen in, our envisioning of things? Does it happen in terms of writing our thought patterns? Does it happen in terms of undoing our conditioning and our belief systems? Yes, but ultimately you can do all that shit. And if you don't take action and put one foot in front of the other and do things that are going to be beneficial to the plan that you have in mind, nothing's going to happen, right? So, self discipline is absolutely an essential part of creating the life that you want for yourself and of being able to trust yourself. Because, in the end, if you don't follow through and show up and behave in alignment with who you want to be and what you think you're about, you're going to feel like a fraud all the time, right? And other people are going to experience you that way. Okay, so that's why self discipline is important. And now, here are 5 tips on how you can kind of maneuver your way to a little bit more disciplined experience of yourself if that's a struggle for you right now. All right, number 1, there is no magic light switch. That's what I like to tell clients when I describe this, because I notice that there is sort of a magical thinking that goes on about this topic where people are under the belief that if I can just figure this out, if I can just understand the moment in childhood where I came to believe this about myself, then I'm going to all of a sudden never want to sit on the couch and eat potato chips again. And I'm always going to go to the gym when I say I'm going to. Or if I can just get to the bottom of what my self worth is about, I'm never going to smoke again and it'll just be easy and it'll just flow, right? That is not a helpful belief to have within yourself. There is not a magic light switch that's going to flip on, and understanding anything like that is not going to actually change your life. It's not going to make the action implicitly easier for you to take. In fact, the action itself is what allows you to shift the beliefs. Now, it's good to understand what the beliefs and the limitations are that you are imposing upon yourself as a result of your conditioning. But in order to actually shift those things, in order to actually transmute the emotion, in order to actually alchemize change in your life, you have to feel your way through it and then create actual change through the actions that you take. So if you're looking for some kind of magical realization that's going to suddenly just clear the path for everything to be easy from here on out, shift that thinking, reframe it, and start to put action behind the intention that you want to create. So if you want your life to be different in some way, start putting action towards that and see what the universe delivers for you. In that action, you are proving to yourself and to the universe that you are serious about what you want, because that's where you're putting your energy. All right, so stop waiting for a magical light switch and start putting action into things that are important to you. Number 2, put your saboteur in the back seat. So this is really about using your discernment, getting to know the qualitative difference between the part of you that is self-sabotaging, the saboteur, and the part of you that really has that long-term vision and that good intention in terms of creating the things and the dreams that you want in your life. You can kind of feel this out, right? Because there's a part of you that's got a whole bunch of excuses. There's a part of you that's like, oh no, just skip it today. Let's just, you're tired, oh, it was hard. It was a hard night last night, that part of yourself that can talk you out of doing the things that you know would make you feel better, that would increase your productivity, that would increase your self-trust, that it would increase your self-confidence, that part of you that talks you out of those things, even though it's very sweet and, very self-indulgent, that part of you is not going to get you where you want to go. It's not going to level you up. It's going to sink you back down, right? And that might be a comfy, cozy little comfort zone, but you got to stretch yourself. You got to push your edges and you got to get outside of that comfort zone. So you want to stop listening to the voice that's going to keep you contained there. So if you can kind of get a feel for that part of yourself, that self-saboteur, then it's going to be easier to identify that. And this is not about shaming that part of yourself. It's not about hating it or judging it. It's about saying, all right, sister, it's been a good run for you, but now I'm going to have you get in the back seat and I'm going to take the wheel and drive. So put that part of yourself in the back seat and start aligning with the forward-thinking, mature, self-responsible part of yourself that wants to move this thing forward in life. All right, number 3 is discern long-term good from short-term gratification. If you're not clear about the difference between a part of oneself that wants to just eat an entire tub of ice cream because you're upset about something, that's short-term gratification, versus the part of you that says, you know what, I've been working really hard on getting healthy and making good nutritional choices for myself because that meets my long-term goals. That's what I need to do for myself. So if there's any lack of clarification for you currently around which one's which and where you're spending most of your time and energy, start to get really clear about that, because that's going to inform you about which path to take when these decision points come up. All right, number 4 is notice the feeling of following through for yourself. Notice the reward emotionally. Notice the emotional payoff, because there is a big one. As you begin to trust yourself more and you feel that sense of like, fuck yeah, I do what I say I'm going to do, and I am meeting my goals, and I am doing even more than I expected of myself. And man, I just feel such confidence and such vibrance inside of me. Notice that, because that's what's going to really keep this ball rolling. All right, now number 5 is notice your resistance and then act anyway. We all have a bunch of excuses that we could be making for ourselves. We all have a lot of resistance to change, right? That's noticing that saboteur feeling. Don't let that part of you stop the momentum. Notice it. Let it vocalize all its excuses. Oh yeah, but this, but that, but. Okay. I heard you out, all right? And now I'm going to do what I need to do for myself anyway. If you allow resistance to stop you from doing the things that are going to benefit your life in the long term, you are always going to be behind the 8 ball of excuses, behind all the justifications, behind all of that. You got to let that resistance be moved out of the way. So notice it so that you can get familiar with it and that you are no longer beholden to it. That can be the servant and you can be the master, right? Not the other way around. Okay, so now I'm just going to quickly run through kind of an action plan here, because I think that if you are sort of unclear or you're just feeling like stuck in life, but you're not quite sure what direction to go in or even where to put your energy or what you want to shift, I would encourage you to do this simple exercise of basically just sit down, create a list of changes in order of priority. What are the things you want to change in your life? Where are the areas that you want to grow or become more empowered? Create that list ranked in order of priority, highest priority first. And now you're going to address the top priority first. One thing at a time. Be on the step that you're on, right? And now you're going to build up through a series of small changes that you can actually maintain over time. This is about being realistic in terms of what you can do and only implementing changes that you're going to be able to carry out over time so that you can layer those small incremental changes and make a gradual transition into a new understanding of yourself. All right, so once you have done that and you think about these 5 basic pieces of sort of how to adjust your mental framework, I think you're going to start seeing self-discipline in a whole new way. It's an exciting thing when you can trust yourself to stay the course and do the things you need to do. And that's when you feel invincible, right? That's when you know you can do anything you put your mind to. All right, I hope this has helped, and I hope that you will come see me in my next video. Bye-bye for now.